Extra thanks to Dr. Megan Markham, Jeff Robbins, thank you, and a mission for Michael and the Better Life Recovery.
Got it, thanks.
For more information about today's show,
all right, everybody, we're about 30 seconds out.
We'll be talking
3-0.
about this because it's an important
Have a good
issue.
show, everyone.
Mothers with their children, it's about unification. We'll be talking
Tom
about
Buckley,
this
I'll be
on
using
Facebook,
the
Twitter,
tower
and
camera
Instagram,
for
so
Alpha
you can
5.
find me there. We'll see you next time.
10 seconds. Stand by until mine. Adam will start off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike's cue.
Right now at 5, are you on Team Snow or Team No? This evening's rain is going to turn to snow across most of the D.C. region overnight, and while tomorrow morning's rush hour is going to be messy, today's mild temperatures should keep it from being much worse.
All right, we're talking to a decision maker at one area school system about what it would take to delay opening in the morning. I'm on team let's open schools on time. But first, meteorologist, the chief, Dr. Shutt, is here with more on the timing and the
Music is
impact.
out.
I bet you are. You know, if we have delays tomorrow, it's going to be a long winter. So here's the deal. Here's where the rain is now, and temperatures are still very mild in 50s. Already we're seeing a little bit of
next
a
event
change
will be
over
camera
well
2
west,
wide. We'll
just
push
over
to
the
2
divide,
super
beginning
doubles,
next
6
just west of
rocks.
Cumberland. And that will continue. But right now we have rain up to 70, and really
Everybody's
pretty much in the direction
ENPS is
of town.
freaking
So
jacked
it's gonna be a
up.
messy
You know
week.
what?
This is,
As
we'll
long
talk
as we're
about
good in
another
here,
week, 5
I
consecutive
think I
direct
can float that
commutes,
story if you
and
want.
No, I don't want to float it. I
So
want
here are the models.
Okay. Well, then I'll have
RPM,
to
0.
make some other
Out of
arrangements.
the question. 0.3 for
When did the
Delaney.
track problem just shut down service
And you could
between
tell they
Woodley
were
Park
thinking
and
about,
DuPont
okay, if something
Circle?
happens, how do I get out of here, and then how do I get out of the tunnel? So it was certainly
about
scary
30 now.
for a good portion of the time.
The train then moved backwards through that tunnel slowly. Twinem says 5 feet at a time. Metro says track
20
fires here are decreasing. It's waterproofing
16.
tunnels like this because rain
No one is good.
is a problem.
Point
These are
2
the
away
things on
from
the
Leslie
margin
just so
that
she
really
doesn't get
impact these
confused. Would you
computers.
please?
Twinem says
He's
at
gonna
one
add
point
lib
he
here.
Understood. He's
doubted
going to
he
add lib a
would
little
get
bit
out.
here.
Now
Alpha
he's doubting
17.
his daily commute.
Really brings into
Alpha
question
17 may
whether or
not be in
we should
Tom
be
Jersey.
trusting Metro or
It
whether
is improper.
what's
Well,
done going
He's
forward.
ad-libbing.
Stand by.
Northwest,
Okay.
Eat Monday,
When he starts the
Deputy
next
USA
one,
9.
16, Mike.
And as if we
Okay,
needed
so he's
any
elevating
more
us.
problems, currently right
So
now
proper
there is
hold
no
until we
service.
hear
Completely
2
shut
people
down on
arrested.
the red line between Woodley Park
Stand
and
by, Via.
DuPont
Next
Circle
with
for
Adam.
some sort of track problem. We're investigating that right now. As soon as we get more information, we'll let you in on that as well.
Via, Adam.
All right, 2 people rescued from a burning home in
Next
Frederick
event is
County,
Alpha
Sky 9
19,
over the scene
camera
around
one,
7
Leslie.
o'clock this morning at a house
Alpha
on
19
Wilson
is
Place.
next, camera one,
Both
Leslie.
people were taken to the hospital. It took about 35 firefighters to put out that blaze.
One, Mike.
Montgomery County Police are investigating a deadly accident involving someone walking at a postal truck. Now, this happened around 7 o'clock last night on University Boulevard West in Silver Spring. Police say a 57-year-old man was driving a postal truck and he hit an 81-year-old woman who was trying to cross the street, and she died there. Anyone with information is asked to call police. We're following some breaking news out of New Jersey tonight, where at least 1 police officer was killed and 3 others hurt in a shootout and standoff in Jersey
Guys,
City.
I'm
The
gonna
mayor
attempt
there
that at
said
16
it all
take shot
started
without
at a
him. Stand by on
cemetery
that.
just after noon today. An officer was shot in the shoulder. Police say 2
All right.
suspects
We are coming out
that
to Alpha
barricaded
6,
themselves
Alpha
inside
22,
a corner
16
store
rounds
on
now.
Martin Luther
It's a
King
change.
Drive, where they continued firing. Hundreds
16
of
knots, it's a
officers,
change.
including
Just
SWAT
that.
units, surrounded the area.
Stand by on
When it
16
all
rounds.
ended,
This is a
2
change.
suspects and 3 others were dead inside the store,
Here we go.
and it is still not clear how or why all of this started.
Also breaking tonight, the U.S.
Stand by.
Navy
Video
has
with
grounded
eyes.
flight training for about 175 Saudi military personnel in the wake of the Florida base shooting. 3 sailors were killed when a Saudi national
event will
opened
be
fire
Couple
at
of
the Navy
years,
base
Leslie,
in
Adam,
Pensacola on
and
Friday.
sound.
The 21-year-old gunman was
Stand by,
a
Via.
second lieutenant
With
in
Leslie
the Royal
first.
Saudi Air Force and was training to be a pilot there at the base. Also today, the FBI confirming that the gunman used a Florida hunting license to get the Glock handgun he used in the shooting. Foreign citizens are prohibited from buying or owning firearms or ammo in the U.S., but federal law does make exceptions for temporary residents who have obtained a state hunting license.
A couple from Virginia.
Car
can do band
knocked
aid up to
her
your band aid anymore.
unconscious. Then he got out of the car, allegedly ran into the basilica and attacked a male security guard inside there.
So was this
Perhaps
kind of
down
similar to what
in
happened the other day,
crypt,
Benny?
stabbing him repeatedly.
When
By
it happened
some
with you
reports,
before the
actually
show?
stabbing him in
Yeah,
the
but not to
eye.
this extent.
Then
Yeah,
back
I don't know.
out
I
of the
mean,
cathedral into
really
his
weird.
car, and he fled. Police
We're a
said the
minute out of the
suspect
break. Why not?
barricaded
Camera two,
himself
Leslie
into
is
his
next.
home on Sheridan Street Northwest. ultimately giving himself up and getting escorted in handcuffs into
Jack
an
1,
ambulance.
But he also prayed for the perpetrator.
20 seconds, everybody. 2-0.
That is who
20
we are here
seconds.
at the
Camera 2
facility.
tap.
Police say both suspect and victims are likely to survive.
15, everybody.
They
15.
take
Stand by
a
camera
long
2
time
last.
to recover the piece.
10
they
seconds.
once
10
felt.
seconds. Stand by.
I'm gonna say some extra prayers.
5 out.
Really.
Ready, camera 2.
At the
If you
National
could stick
Trust,
on the
police
animation a
located
little bit
the
longer on this
USA
intro, that would help.
2, mic Q.
We're still waiting for word on the
Stand by
suspect's
animation,
name and the
Adam,
charges against him. Security guards at the Basilica are unarmed, but the rector says they are reconsidering that.
Q.
Tracking
Tell me
Metro,
when to come out.
frightening moments for morning red line commuters. Video of this dark train
Okay, go. Go ahead.
was posted to
Yeah,
Twitter
I
after
didn't
a
take-
small track fire that led Metro to shut down part of the line
I
for
don't
more than an
know
hour.
what you're saying,
But
but-
as Pete Montine tells us, some
Sounds
thought they
nice.
weren't going to make it out.
Sound.
Didn't make,
There was a moment of panic. Joe
didn't make
Twinham
the
is in the
script.
middle of finals.
Changes
Sir
aren't
John
making
Oh,
the
Tompkins
script.
oh,
is
I got
student.
it. I got
But
it.
he's
Senate, which is expected early next year.
This president wants members of his administration
We
to
are.
cooperate, but
That's
the
where
rules have to be fair.
Okay.
Before a
good.
possible
Good job.
Senate
10
trial,
out.
the
Ready,
House
camera 1 with
Judiciary
Adam.
Committee must first debate and pass the articles of impeachment,
5
then
out.
send
Stand
them
by
to the
camera 1
full
with
House
Adam.
for a
2's
vote.
good. Here we
Natalie
go.
Brand,
Ready,
CBS
1.
News, Capitol Hill.
Mic Q.
All right, so let's talk about the next steps here. First,
All right,
it's
very
important
nice.
to note that
Camera
the
too
president
tight,
has
let's
not
listen.
been impeached yet. The House Judiciary
Thanks,
Committee
guys.
will debate among themselves the articles of impeachment that have been proposed. Then, that committee will take a vote on each proposed article. That's expected sometime this week. Now, if they vote to approve the articles of impeachment, the next step is to take them to the full House of Representatives. Then it's more debate, and ultimately the House will vote on whether to officially impeach the president, and that could come as early as next week. If that happens, the process will then move to the Senate for a trial.
2 Q.
The head of the United States Agency for International Development visited some of America's finest this morning. Ambassador John Green was in
Adam, you're
Fairfax
doing
County
sound.
at the
You're back to the
headquarters
desk.
of Virginia
Doing
Task
the sound.
Force
You're
1.
back to
We
the desk.
tell you a lot about them. They are
the sound.
the search and rescue team that are deployed when
Master John
disasters
Green,
strike
for
around the
super.
world.
Ready,
Well, the team was in Albania over Thanksgiving to help in the aftermath of a deadly 4.5 magnitude earthquake there. Green says VA Task Force 1 represents the
Ready, sound.
best America has to offer.
Sound.
This really is the best of American
15 seconds
leadership. It's
view.
compassion in action.
CG
It's
exchange.
dedication in
Ready,
action.
for topper.
And I think American taxpayers should be
Around
awfully
the world,
proud
stand by the
of
edge.
how we are helping to project American compassionate leadership around the world.
Yep, Q.
Before Albania, Task Force 1 was in the Bahamas to
sound.
help victims of Hurricane Dorian.
Sound.
Now, your WUSA 9 weather forecast, sponsored by Cox.
Work cut out for you in the next 12 hours or so.
We do. You know, it's the little ones that are tricky. The big storm trees, they're tough. But I got to tell you, we see the accumulation. It's not going to be the
16.
roads.
Let's go.
And
Moving
most of it's going to be
along.
on the roof, you know, and your mulch and that
The
sort of
ground's
thing.
just too warm.
It's just
still.
too warm. And now, the only way it can overcome that is simply snow
making a
harder
lot.
than it and faster than it can melt. I don't really see that happening.
Keep the
right
prompter
now. So, we have rain showers across the board right now. Temperatures
Sorry,
are
what about the
mild.
prompter?
We have showers back to Leesburg and Frederick. So, even the commute tonight is no treat, even though
What
it's
about
just
the prompter?
plain old
I just
liquid
wanna-
rain, as it were.
Well,
But,
he's gonna have extra
so,
time tonight.
next 12
got 3 more
hours,
minutes.
we're looking at a changeover downtown, maybe around 3 o'clock in the morning, but look at the temperatures, 38, 36, 35, it's going to be above freezing. So it's not going to be a huge deal. It'll be pretty, might even collect a little bit on the trees, might look nice, but here's the potential. The RPM, barely bent down that low, 0, the goose egg, and it's not out of the question. RPM 310s, 810s GFS, 610s European model. So this is some of this is actually new data that I haven't seen. And I really think we're looking at an inch or less. We talked about that yesterday. I don't see any problem with roads for schools tomorrow. I know it's tough to predict schools, but that's what I'm thinking. So we're thinking generally a trace to an inch in the metro. We have some higher bands off to the north and west, but even that is a trace to 2 inches. And we're looking at elevation.
2
Could have a
minutes.
little bit more accumulation, but still even in elevation, we don't think we're going to see much in terms of anything on the roads. So, yellow weather alert through tomorrow morning. Critical time now is 10 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you're worried about the changeover,
Talk about a holiday surprise. A Baltimore real estate firm awards all of its workers a cash bonus that combined added up to $10 million.
Ooh, it's going to be a good holiday for them. Also, a local girl turns a hobby into a business. We're going to show you how this young entrepreneur is giving back to her community.
And an E. coli outbreak being linked to another popular brand of salad kits.
I'm just going to need a tight shot on camera 16 for C6. Just heads up, he'll be in a tall box. And that's about it.
That's about it.
That's about it for this block. Any questions, comments, concerns?
That's about it.
Yeah. 210. Looking good.
Up to
C4
and
next
including
with
December
Leslie
7th.
Mike.
If you still have these kits in your fridge,
Stand by.
Adam, throw them out.
Mike is up.
Throw them out. So far, 8 people
Hey, just heads up. Watch your show on 16. You need to tilt up.
This is on the top of more than 100 people who got sick
Somebody
in
move
the
on
last
one.
E. coli outbreak, which involved romaine lettuce
Stand
in other
Move on
pre-made
one.
salad kits.
And
Now to White Castle,
Some
they are
changes.
recalling some frozen burgers due to
Next
possible
event will be
listeria
animation.
damage.
Another thing in my fridge that's got to go in the
You
trash.
feeling something rumbling already? The
Not
recall
going
involves
there.
frozen six-pack
Just not doing it.
cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and jalapeno cheeseburgers. We really shouldn't laugh. We used to call these good. No, very long time ago. I did.
stand by on
You
16.
may have seen this trending on your news feeds today. A Baltimore real estate firm gave its
Somebody
employees
phone?
an early Christmas gift. St. John's Properties
Sound
announced
is
all
next.
198 employees will
Runs
share
19.
a $10 million bonus.
What?
At the company holiday party, they're just chilling, having a few drinks.
Keep
They
it
were all
quiet.
given a red
by
envelope with their
sound.
bonus amount, and literally they all started crying. They just couldn't believe it. Based on their years of service, all right, the smallest bonus was $50,000. The biggest bonus, somebody who was there 44 years, $250,000.
I would have been on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Sound.
Okay.
White Castle
God.
on the floor. St. John's posted a video of the moment online.
Sound. This is just not sound. The output is magical. 15. Stand by video. Both mics. 10 seconds.
I was totally blown away when this happened.
5 out. Mics are hot.
What happened tonight was magical.
Cute.
All right. St. John says only 5
Stand by
employees
video
knew
last.
about those bonuses.
Any other?
Yeah.
They will never have anybody retire.
No.
They're going to literally be rolling people out of there. They're like, you remember those bonuses last year? That's amazing. All right, rain will turn into snow overnight across our region. How will it impact your morning commute? Topper has some answers.
Cute.
And as the death toll climbs from a volcanic eruption in New Zealand, we are learning that a vacationing couple from Virginia is actually among the injured.
Cute.
And there's a cheap smartwatch on the market for kids, but it could put their safety in jeopardy. Our Verified team has the truth behind this viral rumor.
Lights are down. Yeah, breaks away. 5:30 rundown, everybody.
Let's talk about those smartwatches for a second. There is an affordable version of these gadgets on the market for kids. Now, a viral rumor claims that actually could be exposing your location to strangers. Our Verified team looked into this one. Here's Jason Puckett.
Let's start with the headlines you might be seeing.
Drink. Cool. All right. So when I said breathe, I always like to give a moment before we go to the next event on a very emotional story, which that was emotional. So, Bam Bump first, Edward 2, and then we'll come out to camera 2 on a 2-shot with a big little anchors in them. You can make it like a 20-second move if you can. That would be great. Thank you. Please and thank you. I always say please. It's the right thing to do, right, Roxanne? 15 out. Still my move on camera 1, about a 20-second move will work. 5 out. Stand by. 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Cue.
There's a project underway in Virginia to bring back an icon of American forests.
More than a century ago, nearly 4 billion American chestnut trees grew in our part of the country, dominating forests from Maine to Florida. Wood logs from these massive trees helped build the country. It was used in everything from homes to railroad ties, and its famous chestnuts fed animals.
To its larger size.
10 seconds.
Blazing a trail for how people who care about this can restore the other
About
trees.
5 seconds out.
I think
By
that's
sound.
really the big story.
Chip Reed,
Here we go.
Meadowview, Virginia.
Sound.
Now,
Come on,
your
two
WUSA
shots.
9 weather
Come on.
forecast, sponsored by Cox.
So let's get right to it. You're revising some things.
I did alter the snow map.
Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful shot of Lincoln Memorial and Arena Stage. Wow.
I just been looking at new data that just came in in the last 45 minutes to an hour. It just doesn't look like
I think people are okay when you take stuff away.
I'm sure they are. Just Leesburg, Frederick, and Martinsburg and Front Royal and back along I-81. And there will be kind of a hole up toward Cumberland and Oakland.
I zoomed in really tight.
Trace there, not much moisture available there. So, headlines. Yellow weather alert. We're going to keep that going through tomorrow morning. We've got fire probably by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. 43, 41, a cold on Thursday, but dry, and then 45, a cold rain on Friday. That could begin as a mix north and west of town, really along I-81 or early Friday morning, and then just morning rain on Saturday, and then we're looking at showers in the afternoon, but milder 55. Nice on Sunday. Another cold rain gets in here Monday. Ends up with a warm rain on Tuesday. We're back in the mid-50s next Tuesday. Reminder, we're going to start bright early tomorrow at 4 a.m. with a special snow coverage.
Our last block begins in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 52:16 is when we come out. 52:16. 2:10 left in the break.
Thanks to a WUSA 9 report, members of the military will be able to get some type of justice if they are victims of medical malpractice. We'll hear from an Army sergeant who stands to benefit from